Welcome, amazing one, and let's solve this beautiful geometry problem together. We are given a right triangle and inscribed is a semicircle such that the circumference of the semicircle touches this part of the right triangle at this point, and the diameter of the semicircle lies on this part of the right triangle. From here to here is measured 8 units. From here to here is measured 9 units. And the question is asking us to find the area of the shaded part. Now, is this something you can do? Don't worry yourself. I will take you through it step by step. It's just so easy. So what do we do? If you look at this, you will observe that for you to find the area of the shaded is simply you getting the area of the bigger shape, which is the right triangle. So get the area of the right triangle, then subtract the area of this semicircle. When you do that, it gives you the area of this shaded part. Now, the question is, how do we get these areas? Let me show you how to do that. You know too well that for area of a triangle, it's always the base times the height divided by 2, then subtract. For area of a semicircle, you know that it is you getting the area of a full circle, which is pi r squared, then you divide it by 2. So if we can do this, it gives us the area of the shaded part. Now the question is, let's do this one. Now the question is, do we know the base of this right triangle? This is the base of the right triangle. Do we know from here to here? No, we don't know the base. Do we know the height of the triangle? From here to here is the height. We don't still know the height. And do we know the radius of this semicircle? We don't know the radius. So the question is, how do we find these 3 letters? If we can find them, then we can easily plug them in and get this area. Let's do it step by step. To answer this, always remember to target intersecting points and also back it up with this theorem. Let me show you what you would do. Now, first thing is, remember this theorem. Each time you have a circle drawn and there is a line touching the circumference of the circle at this point, we say that this line is the tangent line. And if a line is drawn from the center of the circle to touch this line at this point, it is perpendicular, and that is your tangent, and this line is your radius, tangent radius theorem. Now, how will this help us here? Let's go back. Remember that this is the center of this semicircle. So if this is true, it means that this line from here to touch this part is the radius. From here touching this is also the radius. You can also get other radius. In that case, I'm going to target the intersecting point. So I'm going to take my radius from here to touch this. Remember, this line is a tangent line. Watch, is a tangent line because it is touching the circumference of this semicircle at this point. So this line is a tangent line. This line is also a tangent line because it's touching this at this point. So this is also the circumference of the circle. So this line is also a tangent line. What about this one? This is not a tangent line. You see that this line is what we call the secant. It passes or it touches the circumference at 2 points and then moves away. So this line is what we call secant. Now, having understood that, you see that we can easily apply this theorem here since we have found the tangent here. So it means I'm free to take this line to touch at this intersecting point. Let's do it together. So if you join it, this is what you have. So we have this. So you see what we got. And from here to here, we say is the radius. From here to here is also the radius. So what do we do next? Going back to this diagram, what you need to do is to remember the second theorem. Let me show you that theorem. So remember that when you have a circle drawn and there are 2 tangent lines drawn to touch each other at a point, we say that these 2 tangent lines are the same. This is your center, this is your radius, this is your radius. So these 2 tangent lines are equal. We call it the tangent and the tangent theorem. Now, let's see how this helps us also in this question. If you look at this, you observe that we can establish this theorem at this part of this shape, since we have identified this as the tangent, and this is also a tangent, just like what we have said. These two tangents, these two lines are tangents. So in that case, it means that from here, from this end to this end, so let's label it, from here down to this end, which measures 8 units, is equal with from this end down to this end. So here also measures 8 units. So let's adjust this. So this length is also 8 units. So what should we do next? You now observe that we can easily get the total length here. So in that case, you can get the total length from here to get to this point. So let's get the total length. 8 plus 9 gives us, 8 plus 9 is 17. So the total length is 17. And this total length is also 8. When you have two sides of a right triangle given, you can get the remaining side using your Pythagorean theorem. So in that case, let's find this remaining part of the shape. So let's get this length. So to get this length, we use our Pythagorean theorem. And in that case, we have it. Remember, this is a right triangle. It's right angles here. So this is what we have. We can label from here to here. Let's label it M. So using our Pythagorean theorem, this is what we have. Here measures 17, here measures 8, and this measures M. Remember that the side that is opposite to the angle 90 is always the longest side. So use your Pythagorean theorem, just quickly square it. So it gives you 17 squared should be equal to the square of the two legs summed, and that is 8 squared plus M squared. So what should we do next? We simplify. And that gives us 17 squared gives us 289. 8 squared gives us 64 plus M squared. So to remove this plus 64, you subtract 64 from both sides. And when you do that, you are going to now have, subtract this, it gives us 225 is equal to, subtract this is 0, is equal to M squared. So it means that M squared is equal to 225. To get M, remove the square. So M will be square root of 225. You take to remove the square, take the positive and negative square root. But because the side can't be negative, we're only going to concentrate on the positive square root. And you have it that the square root of 225 is 15. So it means that from here down to this end gives us 15 units. So now that we have found the value of this length, what should we do next? Our target is to find the base, which you have done. We have also found the height of the triangle. We need to find the radius. So how do we get the radius? Let me show you how to do that. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you for always choosing to learn tutorials. If you love what to do, why not subscribe for the more you'll get? Make sure the notification bell is on because you'll get updates from us every day. And don't forget to like, share. Thank you. And let's keep doing this to have. So to find the radius, remember we said that from this radius touching the tangent line is always right angle at this point. Now, if you look at this part of the shape, you see that this has formed a right angle triangle. Did you see that? This and this and this has formed a right triangle because of this. So let's bring it out. This is what we have. So let's do it well. So this right angles here, from here to here measures 9 units. From here to here measures R. So what should we do? Remember, we want to find R. You can also get this length. How do we get this length? Let's go back. From here to here measures 15. And from here to here is our radius. We can get the remaining length. So to get the remaining length, what do? Just quickly subtract this from. So our remaining length will now be 15 minus R. So that when you add these two lengths, it gives you back 15. So here is 15 minus R. Now, what do we do next? Still use your Pythagorean theorem because you see we are working with sides of a right triangle. And to do that, remember that this side opposite to the right angle is always the longest side, which is the hypotenuse. So quickly square it, and that gives us, so we're going to now have 15 minus r squared is equal to the square of the two legs summed. So we have r squared plus 9 squared. Now, how do we expand this? Just remember that for every a minus b squared, it's always a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. This is your algebraic identity. So apply it here. We now have 15 squared minus 2 times 15 times r plus r squared is equal to r squared plus 9 squared is 81. Keep solving. Square this, it gives you 225. Multiply this, it gives us negative 30r plus r squared is equal to r squared plus 81. So what do we do at this point? We subtract r squared from both sides. So let's take it up to half. Taking it here, let's repeat this here, and that gives us 225 minus 30r plus r squared is equal to r squared plus 81. So what do we have? We are going to now have, let's subtract r squared from both sides. So this goes off, and this gives us 225 minus 30r is equal to 81. What do we think? What do you think we should do next? We are going to take this. This is positive, so we're going to take it to the left side, and to do that is subtract. Then this negative 30, take it to the right side. To do that, you add. So let's do it here to have. And this gives us, if you take this to the left, it gives us 225. Positive turns to negative is equal to, this one that is negative turns to positive 30r. So we now have, subtract these two, it gives you 144 is equal to 30r. And this is the same as 30r is equal to 144. To get r, remove this 30, divide both sides by 30. This cancels this. So we are going to have r will be, divide 144 by 30, and that gives us 4.8. So the radius of this semicircle is 4.8. Now that we have known the radius, and we have also known, so we have it that the radius is 4.8. So now that we've gotten the radius as 4.8, we've known the base and the height, we can now get the area of the shaded. Let's do it together. So to get the area of the shaded, as we said, is also equal to area of triangle minus area of the semicircle. And that gives us, so let's get the area of triangle. Area of triangle will now give us the base, which is 15. So we have 15 times the height, which is 8, divided by 2. 2 divides this 4. And 15 times 4 gives us 60. So the area of triangle is 60 squared units. Now let's get the area of semicircle. So area of semicircle is given as pi r squared divided by 2. So we have pi multiplied by, our radius is 4.8. So we have 4.8 squared divided by 2. Q this in the calculator. We are going to now have area of semicircle will give us, so we have approximately 36.1911. So this is the area of semicircle. Now let's now get the area of the shaded. Let's do it together. So we now have it that area of shaded is equal to, area of triangle is 60 minus area of the shaded, which is 36.1911. So subtract this is approximately 23.8. So this is what we have for the area of the shaded region in squared unit. And I hope this really helps you. Don't forget to tell us how much. I'll also be curious to see your own method. Thank you for always choosing to learn through us. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Do have a lovely day. Bye.